Hello class. So in my video, you'll see that I interviewed Miss Fawn Kibbe from the Texas Ranch House 2, and I'll introduce her in a second. And I asked her, various of questions, and she answered them perfectly. I loved all of her responses to everything. And so yeah, here we go. Stuff that we talked about. So, first question. How long have you been an entrepreneur?
I have been an entrepreneur for at least 10 years as a business owner, entrepreneur.
Okay. So then that being said, have you always wanted to be a business owner?
I have. I've always, ever since I was little bitty, I always said I was going to be a horse trainer, and I did. So I did that from start, and that was running my own business, and then now to this, which is even better. So yeah, I have always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Okay, so what is your history with working in business?
So like that, training horses, I did that for a lot of years. And then my mom has a store that is the Texas Ranch House. So that's why this is the Texas Ranch House too. She's had that for the last 26 years. And I, in high school, helped her work, and we went to market. And so I learned the shopping aspects of it, and then the money and all the responsibilities with that. So I have a good history of getting to do this when I was young. So this is not as hard.
Okay.
As a grown up.
So, as being a business owner in a small town, or as being a business owner in general in a town, how do you think small businesses impact the community?
I think small businesses are a huge impact on the community, because without small businesses, the town dies. So it impacts the community greatly. We've got to have them, or the town will just dissolve.
Okay. So, do you see yourself as a leader, yes or no?
Yes, because any person that has the responsibility of taking care of employees, or you're in the public eye, and when you have the responsibility of that, of owning a business and having employees, and yeah.
Okay, so far, Fawn has answered a few questions. And we just got done with the question asking her about small businesses and small communities. And I loved her response, because I think that her response, by her saying it's very important that they impact the life of the town, I think that is important. And it also shows that Miss Kibbe is thinking about everyone in town and not just her business and not just herself. So I do like her response, and I think that later on and throughout the interview, you'll notice that Miss Kibbe doesn't just think about herself or just her own business. So let's get back to the questions. So then you talked about being a leader. So then can you list 3 qualities that have helped you or been most useful for your business? And then would you say that those qualities are described as leaders?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So open-mindedness, being open-minded to new things, and being willing to be flexible and change. You can't just be set on one thing and not willing to budge. And then also loving what I do.
Miss Kibbe just listed 3 qualities that she thinks that has helped her or has been useful for her business. And she said open-mindedness, kind of be willing to be flexible with some things, and then loving what you do and loving the people that you're with, and then your willingness to listen. And I think that these are 3 great qualities of just someone in general, but I think that they specifically would fall into a leadership, because as a leader, you want to be able to interact with those who you're working with and be able to make connections with people and let those other people know that you care about them and you're willing to listen to what they have to say, and that you take in consideration what they say, basically, and you go about a situation or about a problem in a way that they feel involved. And I think that's one of her main things, is that she makes sure that everyone who comes in the doors of her business feel welcome, feel involved, and they especially leave with a smile. I know that for a fact.
Absolutely.
So where does your inspiration come from?
My inspiration comes from the Lord. I feel like that if we just do the best that we can do in the gifts that he's given us, and I believe he gives us all gifts, but this is a gift that he's given me, and so without him I wouldn't be here. So definitely the Lord.
All right. So then, how do you make your team members feel their best?
I love that question because so our team members or employees or whatever, like you are family, and I believe that telling somebody good job, you did great, thank you, actually verbally telling them, not just expecting them to know it. You always have to tell them thank you, I appreciate you. That those 3 words, I appreciate you, are super important. So and thank you and your family. So that's where I feel like, you know, if you're just an employee, that's how you're going to feel, as just an employee. But if you feel like you're part of the family, you're going to work harder and you're going to enjoy your job, and it's going to show, and the customers are going to see it. So most absolutely, mainly, treat them like family.
Good. Well, I know that working here, I do feel like family.
Thank
and I do like this question too, because I know that you complimenting me or like Cypress, it helps us as a team, and then I feel that it helps me also because it inspires me to thank other people and make sure I say thank you and all that.
Yep, and y'all do that
stuff.
really good.
As you just saw, Miss Kibby and I just talked about the team members of her team, like at her business, and yes, I am on that team. I have worked with her for 2 years now, and I could tell you that I see her as a leader, and she inspires me to be a better leader because she takes charge, but she also asks me and our other employee, Cypress, and she makes sure that we're involved with everything. And like when it comes to ordering, I'm there with her, ordering stuff. Mail comes in, I unpack it, I label it, I put it out. Like she's doing her own thing, I'm doing my own thing, but no matter what, we can come together and talk to each other about, oh, we need to price it this way, or, we need to look at this and see how much money we spent on this. So in the end, she always says thank you, and she tells me she does appreciate me constantly. And I think that as a leader, that is great, because when you're working with someone, you want those people to feel great and feel like they're doing something. And so I find that I find it very, what's the correct word? I just find it great that she has that quality in herself, that she's able to be honest with me and, give me a compliment, and I can accept it. So yeah. So what ethics do you think are important in leadership?
Honesty. Honesty is really important. Compassion, forgiveness, and love. Those are all super important. And I think if you have all that, your customers will feel it too.
Mm-hmm. So our last question. When you opened your business, where did you see your business going?
When I opened, I thought, okay, well, I hope we're successful. I think it'll be great. There's no store like this in town. So I wanted to be unique and very different and not like anything that Alpine has. And it was great. And I always said, I'm going to be as famous as the King Ranch Saddle Shop with your branding out there and stuff. And I'm on my way. Well, not being cocky, just, the power of our tongue and our mind. I wanted to be successful, and I wanted to have, repeat clients and a good local base, and I have that. I think that just that was what I thought. I just want to be successful, and I want it to be fun.
Right. And so now, that being said, as of today, where do you see your business going? I
see it growing even more. I started out with just I want to be a furniture store. I want to just have this and have that, and we've actually evolved in the last 3 years to a whole different store than I first opened. I'm completely different. I mean, I still have the furniture and everything, but I've just made it, cooler. Yeah. Just by listening to what people want, and just evolving. So, and trying to be the best fit for what the town and its people needs. So I want to provide for people. I don't want to go out there and just be a store that makes money. I want to be actually provide, and I want people to walk in somebody's house and say, oh, that came from the Texas Ranch House too, because they recognize me.
So you can see that I just asked Miss Kibby the last question, and she explained about how she saw her business, then, and then how it is now, and where does she see herself going now. And I could tell you that just being with Miss Kibbe for 2 years, the business has grown. We have new inventory and new customers who come in, and those customers become loyal customers. They then come in, twice a year, once a year, whenever they come into town, or, every month or something like that. And it's a great feeling to know that I'm able to be a part of that, and to know that Miss Kibbe has put in so much work that she has that. That is what she's wanting out of this. She wants to impact people. She wants people to come through those doors and make sure that they come back, and they come in with a smile, leave with a smile. And she just is very caring. And I think that overall is one of the biggest leadership qualities you can have. You don't want to be selfish as a leader, in my personal opinion. And I think that she doesn't express that at all. She cares about everyone. And so I think that she is a great leader, and she inspires me to be, caring and kind to more people, even if I don't want to be sometimes, but that's on me, and I got to work on that myself. But I think that Miss Kibbe is a great leader, and I thank her so much that I was able to do that interview with her. So like I said, I see that Miss Kibbe is caring, and that she basically puts others before herself, and I think that is a great quality to have as a leader, because you look out for everyone. And I think that all the qualities and the answers that Miss Kibbe answered to my questions all fall into our course, because we talked about the different attitudes to have as a leader, and the different aspects you need to have as a leader. And I think Miss Kibbe represents a leader very well. She, is very positive. She thinks about others. She, puts everyone before herself, and she involves everyone. She makes sure that she gets their opinion and everything. So I think that, my interview with Miss Kibbe, really relates to our course, because she, gives off a positive aspect of what a leader is. So thanks.